lot of people waste hundreds of dollars buying Apple accessories for travel, but in my opinion, some of them are not worth getting. So let's dive into 5 Apple accessories that you never have to bring with you. So as you see, I have a new background. That means I'm in a new apartment. If you wanna, by the way, track my moving, you can follow my Instagram. And we're gonna start from one of the most controversial products Apple has is of course Apple Magic Keyboard for iPads. And in my opinion, this thing actually cool, but for travel not. I don't have this keyboard, but I test a lot of it in Apple stores, and I must say they are super heavy. If you wanna attach it to the iPad, the whole construction will weigh like just common MacBook. And as you know, for travels, the less you waste, the better. Of course, the quality of this product is super cool, especially iPad Pro version, but in my opinion, it's not actually worth getting. It looks clean, nice, like Apple actually likes to do. And I thought a lot, do I need to buy it or not? And turns out, no. If you have this keyboard, by the way, write down in the comments. I'm pretty curious to see your experience. Also, I know that this keyboard drains your iPad battery so much. I cannot say that iPad actually lasts so long, especially full-time using, and compared with the Magic Keyboard, I think it will last much less. And the one actually huge problem in travels is protection. Using this one keyboard, you don't have the side protection, meaning if you'll pack your iPad to your backpack, for example, with some other items like keys, cables, or I don't know, adapters, they can scratch iPad sides, which is not pleasant, I must say. Also, you understand that doesn't protect your iPad from falling. So no impact protection, especially considering the fact it is not the accessory. It is not like a case. It's just a standalone product which has electronics inside. So meaning if you will drop it, it can be damaged. And if you don't have, for example, the place where you can change it or replace it or repair it, it's gonna be a huge problem for you. So in my opinion, bring it with you in your travels. In full-time travels you can, but in short trips I'm not recommend you guys to do that, because in my opinion it's better to get a MacBook if you have it. The last thing is of course the price. So the better Magic Keyboard will be, the better lineup of the iPad will be, the more you will spend on it. For example, the keyboard for the iPad Pro will cost like $300, which is a lot, especially if you'll be using it only like an accessory, like a keyboard and trackpad. So what you can actually buy instead of using this one thing. I have a weird setup. You probably saw it on my channel, but I'm using the Apple keyboard. I'm a huge fan of this keyboard. It costs only $99. Instead of being only for the iPad, you also can connect it to your Mac Mini, your iPhone, your other iPad. So it's super versatile. You don't need to worry about the version of your product you're using. If you need a mouse, for example, you can buy a Magic Trackpad for $120 or $130, depending on the country you'll be buying this thing. And in my opinion, this actually the trackpad is one of the best things I ever bought for my travels, because it's super light, super compact. You will see that actually it's super thin, doesn't take a lot of space in your backpack or in your luggage. Actually, you cannot bring it to your luggage, only your carry-on baggage, but anyway, you got the idea. And both those devices will cost less than $300, and most of all, you can use it with any iPad you want, as well as other Apple products like Mac Mini, Macs, or whatever, MacBooks. And as for stand, you can buy just a simple case for your iPad, or you can buy an iPhone stand or any stands for your iPad. You'll get the same experience, but more versatile in my opinion. So if you want to save a couple of bucks, have fun, this setup can be pretty interesting. The second product, which I don't understand really, is the Apple MagSafe wallet. Why people use it? This thing has so much downsides and you should actually use it in your travels. So the first is it's very unsafe accessory. You have a high chance of being robbed if someone will spot you. And with this one MagSafe, where you will be actually storing your credit cards or IDs, you'll be a very interesting target for them. And just imagine, instead of just only losing your phone, you'll be actually losing a lot of other things like your credit cards or IDs or documents, or what will be much more valuable than your iPhone. And just imagine someone rob you, grab your phone with your credit cards. What are you gonna do? You will just have a lot of headaches instead of just enjoying your trip. The second problem using this one wallet is that it can actually easily slip off. If you are not carefully put your iPhone in your pocket, and it can actually slip off and fall down to the ground, and you may not notice that, especially if you have credit cards inside. Damn, this is actually so stupid thing. If you will put, for example, your iPhone in a bag or backpack, it also can slip off and you have to search for it. Not convenient at all. Okay, so what else you can use instead of this thing? So in my opinion, the best usage for this is MagSafe power banks, for example. At least you will have a good purpose for this. Or you can use some sort of magnetic stands. So you can simply put your phone on the table in the airplane and watch some movies. In this case, it can be convenient. But in my opinion, bringing with you credit cards, especially on the valuable devices, attached more valuable items you have, not a good idea is for me. Write down in the comments, have you experienced something like that? We have the third product, which is actually kinda weird, but I got one. Apple USB-C to something else. For example, I have USB-C, USB-A adapter. So I bought it in Paris for, I don't know, 30 or maybe 40 bucks in Apple Store. Super expensive. And I bought it just for one purpose, because if you know, guys, I have a MacBook M1 and it only has 2 USB-C ports. So I had back then, it was like maybe 4 years ago, 5 years, no, it was much more, 7 years ago. Damn. And I had like mic or something like that. So yeah, I needed this thing because I simply cannot connect it. And in my opinion, paying so much money for this one thing is not worth it, because on the market, you will have much better things for this price or even less, which have much more. So for example, what actually I have instead of using this one thing. So I got the USB-C hub from Ugreen, which has a lot of ports, SD cards, HDMI 4K, USB-C for charging. For example, you can simply connect it to your, I don't know, iPad using HDMI and charge it at the same time, which is super convenient. You will have extra USB ports like USB-A ports, USB-C. They have actually a lot of in the market. Most importantly, they have much smaller footprint. So instead of bringing with you a lot of adapters, you can just use one USB hub, which is super convenient. So I'm using this hub probably everywhere, especially I'm using it to connect my Steam Deck to a TV I have in the apartment to play on a bigger screen, or I use it to connect into my iPad and watch some movies on a bigger TV as well. Or if you need to read some SD cards or something like that, you also can use it. Some versions, by the way, have Ethernet connection. I don't need it because I have this one port in my Mac Mini. But if you don't have one, for example, and you have a Wi-Fi which is super bad in your apartment during your travels, sometimes it actually helped me a lot. So if you're interested in buying something I mentioned in this video, guys, you can go to description, because all links to my accessories and devices I'm using during my travels will be there. Now we're getting into the fourth Apple product, which is smart folio cases. So first of all, you will spend like $80 or maybe more, depending on your country, of course. It's just an expensive piece of polyurethane, which costs like 80 bucks. I don't have it, but I thought a lot of reviews on some other tech blogs. I tried by myself on the Apple Store, so I actually can't imagine what this thing is. The weakest problem of these cases is weak magnets. For example, if you want to fold it and use it like a stand, your iPad actually can be pretty wobbly, especially if you're drawing something. It's not actually convenient. This thing doesn't have corner impact protection. So in my opinion, this is very crucial, especially if you're traveling in Asia. A lot of Airbnb apartments will be with tiled floor. They don't use wood. If you drop something, it will immediately shatter. So yeah, you have to pay attention to that. And unfortunately, this one case doesn't have it. Another one problem is for me is that it doesn't have any holding for Apple Pencil. It will just simply attach to your iPad side, which is actually cool, simple, without problems. But the one problem will be be if you will pack it to your backpack and eventually your Apple Pencil will be just slipping off and you'll be actually ended up searching where's your Apple Pencil actually is. Apple Folio cases you can buy in Apple stores, actually not worth it. Apple though did one genius thing. They actually promoted a lot of third-party accessories on your Apple store, so it's better to look at them. But they will have much higher prices than you can get it on Amazon, for example. Instead of getting Folio cases, what else you can actually get? And in my opinion, you can just go to any market, for example, Amazon or Lazada or whatever. I'm using Lazada because I'm in Asia. So I bought this one case for my iPad for only $5, and I was shocked of the quality of this one case, guys. Quality is actually super cool and it costs like nothing. I got it on the second day. Also, you have to get the case which has this corner style flip-flops or something because it's super convenient. You can actually make different angles for your iPad. You can make it portrait, you can make it landscape, drawing mode, or whatever, or diagonal cases. I don't know how they actually call. In my opinion, this is going to be much better for you. Also, they will actually stand like a rock, so you can punch them, they will stay, they are not wobbling or something like that. They're super convenient to use on your belly. We have like millions of cases you can buy. In my strongest recommendation, instead of getting Apple Folio cases, which feels premium of course, but still it's just an accessory, you can get much more for the same amount of money or even less. If you are traveling or you are digital nomad, I understand that it's super hard to manage your incoming trips, your finances, and your projects. So I made for myself a Notion template which I use every day, which is automatically calculates how many days left until my next trip, how much money I earned, or what the next subscription I have to pay next. So if you want to get rid of your travel headache, go to my Etsy and get this template, which saves a lot of time. Link will be in description. Now we're talking about the fifth product, which is MagSafe pucks and cables. So as you know, carrying with you separate blocks for every single device you have. Let's take me. I have iPad, Mac Mini, keyboard, trackpad, iPhone, Apple Watches, probably everything. As you understand, I need to charge it somehow. And if you will buy, for example, separate accessories, separate cables or power blocks from the Apple Store, it will cost so much, especially if you want to buy, for example, dual USB-C charger. It's just a simple power block where you can connect two USB-C cables at the same time. But as for me, it's not actually worth getting it because firstly, you can divide your power between your devices. So you cannot charge your MacBook and your iPhone at the same time because charging will be much slower. MagSafe chargers, wireless chargers Apple produce, are minimal, looks cool, but the problem, they will heat up so much, especially if you're traveling in Asia or very warm countries. Your phone or your device will heat up as well and it will start throttling, completely decreasing your charging speed. And especially bringing with you cable for every single product you have, that's the actually nightmare. You don't need to do this. Of course, you can bring with you only one USB-C cable, but what about Apple Watches? You need the second cable as well. So what else you can buy, for example? So we have in the market a lot of 3-in-1 MagSafe chargers where you can actually will have a stand where you can charge your AirPods, iPhone and your Apple Watches at the same time, which is, in my opinion, saves a lot of space and you don't have to use a lot of cables. Like you will use only one cable instead of using 3. Which is huge winners for me. But the problem is some of them are just like stands, so you cannot fold it. It's more like desktop version, right? So what you can actually use instead. I'm using right now the 3-in-1 MagSafe charger from ESR, which is, guys, most importantly, foldable. You can actually fold it and unpack whatever you like. That's actually my first MagSafe charger and turns out that's actually pretty cool. The main problem though, I noticed to charging my iPhone that I have this 80% block of charging, which is you actually have to do. They're called optimized charging battery or something like that. So we'll just stop charging at 80%, keeping your battery last much longer. So you guys have to enable this thing. This is super crucial, but I noticed that charging wirelessly, it doesn't work. So you have to keep track on that, or otherwise you'll be charging by 100%, which is not cool. You can charge your iPhone, you can charge your AirPods and Apple Watches at the same time, which it's 50 watt, all all things charge super fast. And the main benefit of this charger, this thing called Cryo Boost or something like that, they're just simple fans, which will be just cooling up your devices and you won't have any overheating, throttling or whatever, especially if you're in Asia where the temperature can be like 35 degrees. And most importantly, the charging block is so tiny, using only one charging block. In one station, you can charge up 3 devices simultaneously, which is huge win. And get an accessory like this one, for example, will save you a lot of money, space in your backpack, and you can simply enjoy your trip. Links to this one charger, by the way, also will be in description, so don't forget to go and check it out. And also you'll be getting 25% discount using my code, so don't forget to redeem it. So the main question is for you guys, if you're packing for travel, what you're choosing to bring with you? Write down in the comments, I'm pretty curious to see.